We are very organized.
I'm a very professional boy, I swear. I promise.
I'm gonna turn my microphone gain down
That's
because it
fine.
seemed very loud on stream.
Nope, you're good. Yeah.
There we go.
Alright. So,
Are we live, Twitch chat?
we are currently live. Whether or not there are people viewing, that one I'm not so sure about. But that's also not exactly...
Now that we're not going to be taken down by Pixar immediately.
That's fair.
Thank you, Trey. Don't encourage them.
Yeah, no, I don't need this to get wiped. To be fair, there was like an uncanny valley moment there for a second. I was like, this looks oddly familiar, but I'm just gonna let it go. And then it was just like, oh, yeah, that's where I saw it from. So, all right.
Let's do your welcome speech.
Yeah, let's do welcome speeches. Welcome speeches are nice. So, welcome to our first session of Depths of the Druma. It's gonna be great.
Yay!
Hang on, I gotta respond to Mercedes because she was just like, you were live for 2 minutes.
I wonder why.
Always
Sorry,
a good
Mercedes.
Sorry, Mercedes.
We got Mercedes too excited.
Look, we're only at risk of takedown.
Nah, it's fine. It was up for
No,
like
it's
1
okay.
minute.
It was 2 minutes.
It's also a separate stream technically, so.
Facts.
It's true.
I was about to say, my first stream, 2 minutes. Woo! Victory, baby!
Only up from there.
It only gets better now.
Yeah, we're already at the 2-minute mark now.
So, yeah, welcome to Depths of the Druma. So, a little bit about this campaign is we're going to be using the Aliens RPG rule set in order to play this, though, obviously, by the character portraits that are dotted around, there are a couple of changes for fitting in with a more fantasy-based world. For the most part, everything is going to be flavored to be undersea-based, because it's an undersea exploration game. That's how it works. So, the year itself, within the Quelmar timeline, is we are just about hitting CR... what would it be? CR 10, I want to say. Early modern technologies are being implemented across the planet of Quelmar, and as science begins to take place over magic, people begin looking outward towards the stars and wondering what is out there, and we get to see some of these ideas of rocketry being tested across the world. Electricity has been invented, and various inventions are popping up all over the place. But when it comes to terrestrial views, there are a few who think that the days of adventuring are long past. The land has been explored thoroughly, its treasures taken. Nations have been built, empires have fallen, and through it all, there remains one place in the world which hasn't been explored, and that is the depths of the oceans that lie between the continents. However, one man believes that those depths do need to be explored. That adventure is still out there. And this is where you all come in, as you're all experts within your field, more or less, you each receive a letter. And what I will do is I will begin by having you describe your character as they read this call to adventure from one person interested in hiring you. And I will start with... You know what? Let's start with you, Sam. Since you're the first on our Discord call.
Firstly, I don't think this is fair, considering that I'm not technically part of the main
It's fine.
cast.
Well, fine.
But...
We'll start with the main cast then. We'll go with Nikki first.
Damn it.
I can go. Listen, I'll go real quick. You know what?
You can be the baseline.
This real quick, lovely little fellow, Senjar Bean, is an associate of the man sending out the call. Thus, he is not actually being mailed any letters. But he is going to be someone who's around and about, even though he doesn't join in on every mission. He's there for convenience. Now it can be Nikki.
Alright, Nikki. So, you receive a letter to your individual calling for aid, pretty much. Someone with a little bit of know-how on how things work. Especially one where, in the event that things get a little dangerous, knows how to keep a level head. Or perhaps maybe not so much, and has an answer to that. And it is addressed from one Dr. Arthur Erkard. So, describe how your character looks, acts, and receives this letter of a job offer.
Alrighty, well, I am playing Honey the Badger. She is a rather short, being a halfling. Yeah, she's short. She is, crew cut. She looks like she is very obviously from a military background. Multiple scars, etc., add in all that fun stuff. Obviously spends a good bit of time working out, and has the general demeanor of boredom with life. After getting a note like this, she takes it as an opportunity to escape the humdrum of life, especially since the calling was for someone who can, get shit done when the going gets tough. So she's more than happy to take up the call.
All right. Now, Trey, your character receives a letter, also addressed from this Dr. Arthur Erkard, though this is described as a call not necessarily for someone who needs to get things done, but rather a call for someone who can maintain command, keep charge of this group that is being put together. So please describe yourself and your reactions to this call.
An elderly pink tiefling sits at a smoking chair in front of an open fireplace as he opens his letter and gives a deep, nearly depressed sigh. He stands up, throws on his commander's overcoat, and makes for the first trolley out of here. He gives an air of, commanding presence and a generally jolly nature, but a controlled one, nonetheless.
And finally, Nin.
Hello, I am Nin. I am playing a half-elf boy as he receives his letter, he is probably at the side of his coworker Marin, and is sent off before she is in order to essentially scope out what's going on. He would tell his younger sister Kona and be on his way on the next adventure.
Alright. So, this letter calls all of you to meet at a very specific point, a place. And as you head towards the coast, it becomes more and more apparent that this adventure is not exactly as straightforward as you may have originally thought. You're not going into a deep jungle or exploring an old ruin, as those days are rather far behind you. And you enter this somewhat small town. Very small place. The western coast of Levenkan is it's interesting. And as you come to this small port town, you're not sure what to expect, what to anticipate, who this Dr. Earhart is. But it offers money. It offers a chance to study something new. It offers a chance to be a new wave of adventurers. And it's something that you can't quite turn down. And as you all approach this tavern that you were told to enter, sitting there is a tan-skinned, older half-elven man. And he looks at you. And he greets you.
I'm assuming we all like meet outside and introduce to each other.
Yeah. But you can have any of those interactions you would want now.
So I presume each of you also received a letter from our new boss.
Indeed.
Well, I might as well make my introductions. I am Commander Plum. I will be the tentative commander of this journey that will be going on.
Ah, so you're taking up the role of another boss man, huh?
Well, I'm here to make sure the mission gets done and communications are clear and concise. I don't like the term boss man. It's a little too overpowering for me.
All right. Well, it's very nice to meet you, Mr. Plum. My name is Verdant. It's very nice to meet you.
Good to meet you as well.
Meanwhile, Honey is just sitting off to the side and just gives a grunt. Honey, I'm here to get shit done.
Will Miss Honey work for addressing and such?
Honey.
Honey's is.
And
John, real quick,
Of
someone
course.
mentioned that Nikki's volume was kind of quiet.
I
Is it
tried
that
to
they're
adjust it on my
quiet,
end.
or is it that they got cut off by...
Both.
Okay. Let me go into Discord, because I think what may have happened was at one point I may have turned Nikki down. So...
What, you were
That's
turning me
rude.
down when we were fighting for democracy?
It's a possibility. Alright, let's try that now. Let's go with that. So, I'm going to... So, for all intents and purposes, what I will do is we will make this black. And what I can do is so that the audience viewing at home can understand who is standing before them. Add an image of our friend. So, as you all enter the tavern, that's too big. An elder half gnome sits there by the fire, and he looks at you all as you enter, and he closes the book he was reading. So you've answered the call.
Not like folks like myself have much of a choice.
Better than sitting around doing nothing.
Well, good. Good. Now, I suppose you'll all be wanting to know what it is I have exactly called you here to do. Right? So
That is typically how jobs work.
So let's discuss things.
I would doubt it's for our sewing skills.
Far from it, my friend. Far from it. I have asked you all here to explore. Not the land or the air, but the sea. I think that there are many things that history has forgotten about that lie beneath the waves, and it is my intention to bring them back. I offer you each a place within the Leviathan Initiative to explore our depths and understand what it is that history has forgotten. Now, you can say no. I wouldn't put it past you, as these are completely unknown regions to us. But I offer you a chance to further scientific explanations. Finally, explore every inch of this planet that we call home. So what say you?
I do admit I'm quite curious what lies beneath the waves I've sailed so many times. I'm in.
Verdant just looks enamored by the idea of exploring the unexplored. He does not say any words. He just looks excited.
Honey keeps up the stoic soldier facade, well, not facade, but the stoic soldier response of just a grunt and a nod, so long as the pay's good.
Pay will be. Not entirely sure what we're going to expect down there, but I look forward to working with each of you. And again, I welcome you to the Leviathan Initiative. Now, Senja, my friend, meet the
What
new
can I do for you?
meet the new initiates, and perhaps get them acquainted with some of our other colleagues that they'll be working with. Specifically Denzen, I think, would be a good place to start.
I can do that if they just follow me.
Righto, good man.
And Senjar will lead them off in the direction of Denton.
So, as you all exit this tavern again, you are taken down towards the docks. And there are several vessels sitting there. Some sail, some coal-powered. Some seem to be fired by some new form of combustion, but the vessels that sit there are numerous. And as Senjar leads on, you come to a very busy part of the dock, which seems to be loading a rather decent-sized ship. Its iron hull sits there in front of you. It's painted a bright white with blue edgings to it, and written on the very side of the vessel is the Intrepid. And as supplies are being loaded onto this vessel, a very interesting individual stands before you. And a blue tiefling seems to be controlling things around you. And he seems jovial, excited, ready to get underway and get through whatever it is that is coming. And as he directs the flow of various goods going on to the ship and what all the dock workers are doing, he turns when he notices that people are approaching him again.
Denson, I brought you the new people that Eckhart found.
Ah, Senja. Good. Good. Well, he extends his hand out towards each of you. I am Denzen Hannister. I will be your dive master, meaning that you don't enter the water unless I say. Now,
Commander Plum returns the handshake forcefully.
it's good to meet you. You must be...
Commander Plum.
Commander
At least
Plum. That's what I
unsure
thought
if I'm
it was.
commanding this vessel or just our little team.
Oh, more than likely, just the little team. Though this is just our supply vessel. It gets us out to where we need to be and gets us there safely. But in the water, you'll be in charge of your men unless I say otherwise. Right?
Understood, boss man.
Good.
I thought you didn't like the term bossman.
Not for myself, but others, well, it's a sign of respect.
I feel like there's fault in that logic. It's very nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you, and you... I read files on all of you, but...
Verdant, I do medical work.
Verdant. Ah, yes, Verdant. And your lab partner will be joining us at a later date, yes?
Yes,
Good.
they wanted to make sure everything was proper, so to say.
Good. No, I have no complaints about it. Which means you are honey.
She gives a gruff nod, returns that handshake with, the very firm, trying to crush fingers kind.
Denizen will return that same grip strength. Well, I am sure that your skills will be much appreciated. Sometimes wildlife has a mind of its own sometimes. I'm sure you could probably understand that.
She grunts and nods. Wife was a druid.
The animals of the land and the animals of the sea, I believe, are two very, very different things. But having experience with one can sometimes save your life. Now, do you have all of your gear? Everything that you need? Or is there more that my people should be gathering for you?
No, I believe I have all my goods with me.
We just kind of have whatever we brought with us. I don't know if we need anything in specific for the ocean. We
They
weren't
only-
really given instructions.
They only just got here.
Perhaps a
Haven't
bottle
put
of
their
wine
stones down
to
yet.
celebrate our first successful mission.
So, he nods. And, well, if you'll be requiring nothing else, at least nothing major right now that our facilities probably might have in store for you, then I suppose come aboard. We'll be hopefully ready to be underway here momentarily.
So what exactly is this mission?
To explore the depths, of course. I thought that was explained.
Well, yes, that, but I mean like this. What are we doing here right now?
Here right
Don't
now.
worry, they are never particularly forthcoming with details. You'll get used to it.
Sorry. I am going to put you onto this boat. This boat is going to take you to where you're staying, where all of your research will be conducted, where we'll be launching our exploration from a base camp, if you would. But, of course, out in the ocean. We have no camp. It's a research facility. We call it Point Gorgon.
All right, well. Verdant will climb aboard the ship and start just kind of looking around, seeing like the quality it is in.
As you-
Just for my notes, what's the name of the vessel again?
This is the Intrepid.
Gotcha, thank you.
You're welcome. So, as you look over the boat, it seems to be in not well used. Like it has had a few outings under its belt, but it's not like there's rust forming over the decks or anything. It seems to be well maintained, well taken care of, sturdier vessel, probably 45, 50 feet long. Seems to be powered by one of the newer combustion type engines rather than sail. Made out of either... Oh, God. My headphones died. Apologies. Second. This seems to be made out of iron or steel. Go back to... Thank you. Anyway, it's not blasting into the microphone. It seems to be made out of a metal of some kind rather than wood, so it's definitely a newer construction. But and as you all come aboard, there are a decent number of other individuals on this vessel. They seem to be laborers, different sects of scientists, doctors, various maintenance personnel that are all kind of toiling over this boat, and it seems to be that everyone is rather excited for what is about to come with this possibly new adventure that is about to take place.
So, Denson, how long have you been sailing?
Oh, sailing. Since I was a small boy. Very small boy. My father was practically married to the sea. He took me out on my first voyage when I was 8. And I fell in love with the water.
Well, that's very sweet. I'm glad you guys were able to share an interest.
Yeah. It was good. But now I am in charge of all of you. So it'll be interesting. It'll be definitely an interesting experience. And a first for me. I've been dive master many times, but for smaller groups than this. So it'll be something new.
It's always good to meet another tiefling of the sea. That's what I always say.
Yes, it's good. Good to meet a tiefling of the sea.
So, have you not been working for the other gentleman long?
Dr. Haircut? Oh,
Yeah.
I've been working with him a while. Maybe the last year, I think. The Leviathan Initiative is something new that's come. We've done preparatory work, I would say, trying to get into the rhythm of having a larger operation that will require more hands-on, or perhaps it just require more, I suppose. Usually I just am in charge of 2 or 3 divers, and we go out for a time and we come back, and that's that. What we see is what we see, but This
What he's
is...
trying to say is that this is the first time we've done an expedition with logistics.
I see.
Yeah, Sanjar knows how to put things into words better than I.
How many other... I'm assuming we're nothing more than a scouting party to go out and do the dirty work. Are we the only ones, or are there others?
For now, you are the only ones. There have been plans to possibly include, but if it proves to be fruitless, if it takes time for things to develop, for things to be found, we thought it best that maybe we keep it only to one.
Fair enough. Well, are we good to set sail then?
Think so. So, he he sets about making sure that everyone is ready, that all of the sailors are ready to go, and what ends up happening is the vessel kind of turns on, smoke begins to flow from some of these engines, and the whole floor begins to vibrate in a churning manner as the vessel comes to life and it is guided out of port, and you all begin to make your way to where it is you are supposed to go. So,
You gotta just see Plum as in awe at the freaking beast of a machine we're now on.
Honey would pull set of dog tags out of her pocket and kiss them before putting them back.
So, honey, if you don't mind me asking, are you always this quiet? Not much of a talker.
Not much point talking when there's not much to be said.
That's not necessarily true. Words are the best way to learn about others. And the best way to confuse your enemies.
I've got better ways to confuse the enemy.
Sounds very stabby oriented, but that's just my read.
More bullet oriented, but yes.
Fair enough. Well, if you ever want help, then you can just say the word and I'll be there for you.
what did I do to my music?
Verdant will move towards the edge of the boat just to look out into the water.
Are we like standing on the deck of the vessel, or are we actually like inside a tube?
So you are.
This is a ship, not a submersible.
It is a ship. Like it
I
is
see, I see.
it is a surface vessel. So you can stand on deck, you can stand below deck. Doesn't matter to me none. And as you kind of get underway, you make your way out into open ocean. The coast slowly begins to become much further away. The town shrinks till it's nothing but dots on the horizon. Even the mountains along the coastline seem to just become one with the sky and the water. And after about maybe 6 hours of traveling, you come to a point where the ship begins to slow. And Denzin comes to find each of you. Well, it seems we are here. Point Gorgon. Are you ready?
As ready as I'll ever be.
I suppose so.
As ready as I'll be.
Come now, friend. You know I'm ready.
Good. And he guides you all up to the top deck of the ship. And what you see is you are currently moored to a small metal deck that stands it stands in line with the deck of your ship, so probably 25-30 feet above the water. And it's very simplistic. It almost looks like it's just a metal platform with a structure or two on the top of it. Follow. The crews will begin offloading all of these supplies. But I can take you to, first and foremost, our main station of communication, I would say. As, for the most part, our information technologies do not work underwater, at least not long range, per se.
Oh, so all reports will have to be made after we breach the surface?
To an extent, not necessarily. With some of the exploration vessels that we've created, we do have a way of counteracting that, and usually with those, when those submersibles will be utilized, you will go out with something like the Intrepid to follow you and act as a point of contact between. Though, getting word back to land is a different story.
Understood.
But you don't need to worry about your submersibles quite yet. We're not ready to launch those quite yet. But do please, I will take you to where most communication will be handled, at least on this part. And he kind of guides you towards this. It's a 2-story building. It's a very simple construction building. It is almost made of cinder block on this metal platform, and it stands there, and there are various pieces of technology that stick out the roof of it. Long metal rods, for the most part. And as you enter, there are a few people in here, and they nod in your general direction. And Denzin will just say, "Now this is our communication hub. This keeps us in contact with any other boats, should there be a distress call or anything else that we need to worry about. This is also where we coordinate sending you all out. This is our weather station. This is our everything. This is the heart of all surface knowledge. Anything that goes on topside is here.
It was a very impressive setup. Who was the lead financer? A good doctor.
It was Dr. Ercott funds most, if not all of this. A few of his friends helped along the way, but he was an adventurer before, and he did use a good deal of the funding that he got from that to get the Leviathan initiative started. But this is nothing compared to what is below.
Well, then lead the way.
And he will do just that. He will take you all back out of this building, and he will send you towards a very simple single-story structure, also made of cinder block, with a single door and no windows. I hope none of you are claustrophobic.
Thankfully not. Being at the bottom of the ocean and being claustrophobic both seem like a very bad combo.
It is. We've seen what happens sometimes. But, if that's the case, then if you would all please enter. And he keys a button on the side of this building, and the door in front of you slides open to reveal a very small chamber within. Metal floors, metal walls, glass windows, but if you please.
I believe we all step on.
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
And you all step into the center of this chamber, and he again keys a button on the inside, and the doors slide shut. And the floor shudders, and you can all feel yourselves begin to descend. And after 40 feet of travel, the chamber is flooded with light as you are within a glass encasement around this elevator. As you begin to look around, you can see you are underwater. And the blue expanse surrounds you on all sides. As you look around, you can see some small schools of various colored fish. And you continue to descend. And you get to about 50 feet down. 60 feet. And the bottom of the ocean comes into view here. And there you will note that you are descending into a research laboratory. One with numerous glass walls. A large dome, also made of glass, to kind of keep the view and the sunlight for as long as possible. And it is positioned next to a rocky outcropping, a reef, and a small patch of kelp that seems to harbor some local wildlife. Fish, a few dolphins, even a seal or two are all swimming through near here. And as you enter the lab, the light is gone for a moment, and the shuddering stops, the descending stops, and the doors open again. And now you are all standing on the main floor of Point Gorgon. And there's a few people around, but nothing crazy. And Denzin gestures forward. Follow me. I will show you to your quarters and perhaps places where you will be working. Yes?
Yeah, does a view like that ever get old?
Not for me.
Gods above and below, I really hope it doesn't.
No, I love it here. But, follow. Senja, if you wouldn't mind, go and prepare Bay 1. For once they are done, we will be entering the water and getting things acquainted, yes?
I understand.
Thank you.
And he will stalk off.
So, Verdant, you and your lab partner will be here, in this first room on the left. This will offer you a good view of the kelp forest that sits just behind us, and some of the things that like to live in there. We figured it was probably best, because not only that, but the medical lab is 3 doors down.
Hey.
Honey, your room, we are keeping you by yourself, as your record stated you preferred it that way. You will be here on this first door to the right. The gymnasium and any other sort of physical exercise that you would like outside of swimming are 2 doors across the hallway to the left.
Is there an armory?
There is. That would be 2 decks below us.
I'll have to check that out later then.
By all means, it is yours. It will be your equipment that you'll be taking out, and so the armory will be a good place for you to make sure that it functions, and possibly test out new things. Finally, Commander, your room is the 4th on the left. Usually we reserve it for visitors, so it is a little bit nicer, but a man with your past and stature should take it.
I would accept a broom closet if it was available, but I appreciate the gesture.
Of course. Now, I will let you all take a moment to get your things settled in, but then I would really like to show you the rest of the facilities.
Yeah, Plum will just drop off his backpack and maybe freshen up in the bathroom, wash his face, and then meet everyone back out in the hallway.
Yeah, Honey would
Verdant
just
will
have a
take a
pack
moment to look at the
tossing.
kelp.
Oops, sorry.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
I was just saying that Honey would only have a pack to toss in the room, then she'd be out.
And yeah.
So, if you're all sorted then, of course, the main area here is, we call it the top deck, or first deck. The deck below us is second deck. That's more crew quarters, mainly. The mess hall is down there on second deck, and that's pretty much it. Third deck, which is where our armory is for testing our equipment, for gathering it all. That's where the dive lockers are. That is where the launch bays are, and that is where our submersibles take off from. And for this particular expedition that I have been preparing for you, that is where the suits will be launching from. So, Follow, if you wouldn't mind.
If we're going on a mission, then I shall leave my coat here.
Ah, yes. I would
He
recommend
switches
that.
he switches to a much more humble, just button up and tie.
More humble.
It is a very nice coat.
So,
Yes.
you all. Did you want to say something, or did I do it all right? Am I crazy? Did I hear something?
No, you're crazy.
Oh god, I'm
Yes.
going insane. I'm hearing Nin in my head. It's the worst.
What?
I thought I heard you say, like, started to say something, and then you did. So anyway, now that my bout of that is over, Denzin will take you down to the second deck, and he'll show you around. And the mess hall is rather nice. It provides a 180-degree view of, on one side you have the expanse of the ocean, on the left is where this drop-off shoal is, and then he takes you down to the third deck where all of the fun stuff really happens, and he shows you to the dive locker room. So this is where your suits are going to be stored. Now, these suits are a creation of mine, a design of mine. They are designed so that you do not have to worry about mobility underwater. They are propelled to mimic your own movements. So moving underwater will be almost like moving on land. This is so that you are agile. You are able to go places that normally you really wouldn't be able to. They have a small amount of resistance to damage. Small being the key word there, as keeping them agile meant not weighing you down so much. That being said, if you have your own protection abilities, it won't interfere.
You made these all yourself.
I did, yes.
They're very nice, very impressive.
Thank you. Now, I fill your oxygen before every mission. I get a briefing. We try to time it out so that your oxygen reserve will not be an issue unless you are out too long or something happens to the suit itself and it becomes compromised. Then that's a whole other issue. So for the most part, oxygen is not going to be something that you have to worry too much about. Right? Just try not to push it. If you are coming to that time where your oxygen supply is running out regularly, it is time to call the dive. That is how it works. Other than that, I will show you how to put them on then. So, Commander, yours is here. And he points to the one on the most left. Verdant, yours is the third in. Honey, yours is the fourth in.
Verdant will grab his and look it over briefly.
Plum will probably require some assistance with this newfangled technology.
So, as you all kind of take your suits and you look them over, Denzin will pull out one of his own. Now, the easiest way to do this is to start by having it completely open. So remove the helmet, pull down on this rear tab here. It will unfurl the entirety of the suit for you to be able to step into. And he shows you that the back has a zipper, and as he opens it, it kind of opens the back more. It goes down to about the middle of the waist area, and he kind of holds it open. Goes, now you put one leg in at a time. Do not try to put both in at the same time. It won't work. And he shows
You sound like you speak of experience.
Yes.
Wasn't Sanjar, I hope.
No, it was not. It was me. I tried to be fast. Anyway, so
You
you
should
put.
have seen the look on his face.
I was very embarrassed. And so he steps into the legs of the suit and kind of shows you slowly how to do it. Now be careful, because the boots are connected to the suit. So if you step in too quickly, you might tear the inside of the suit, and it won't be good for you. So be careful putting your foot in, toes pointed the whole way until you hit the bottom. Then you start to slide it along the boot. And then, as he gets his waist kind of put in, now it's your turn. Try it.
I like to believe that Verdant already put his on.
Vernon is so ready. He just wants to go, 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 go.
Plum has somehow put it on backwards and upside down, but he'll get there eventually.
Meanwhile, Honey's cussing hers out because her foot's stuck.
He'll come over to Honey for a second. Lift your foot, yes, lift it. Point the toe. There.
I am pointing my damn toes.
Point them a little more next time.
Verdant will help Captain Plum.
Thank you, Verdant. I appreciate this.
It's
No.
okay. Not everyone can get stressed by themselves. It's a skill we all have to learn at some point.
I don't appreciate the sass, but the core of the message is appreciated.
You just have to take it one step at a time. Literally.
Damn, Verdant really out here calling him an old man.
You remind me of my daughter. Just the same fiery personality and obnoxious attitude.
People
We'll
tell
get
me that a
along
lot.
great. We'll get along swimmingly.
So
That Verdant zips him up and steps away.
So, then what you're going to have to do is put your arms in, yes? Arms through. And obviously you all got it. Now I've added an extra long string for the sole purpose of you should be able to pull them up on your own. And you watch as Denson reaches back, grabs this string, and pulls up over his head with his arm, and he zips himself in. Now this next part is crucial. If you screw up the seal, all of your oxygen will leave, and you will be left with whatever your lungs can hold, however deep underwater you are. Okay. So your helmet goes so that the left side covers your face, and you twist to the left so that it locks, and it should make a sealing noise.
Yeah, do just that.
Verdant does the L shape with his hands before doing it.
Honey just does as told.
How did Verdant get a medical degree without knowing right from left?
Do you know how easy it is to get a medical badge? I shouldn't say that. It's very difficult.
You'd be surprised.
It's the difference between left and right and stage left and stage right, because you're looking down at a person, so you're going by their left and right, not your own.
So, now, all of that was done. You should be hearing my voice very clearly. Yes?
Yes.
Good. That means the intersuit communication network is functioning. This will allow you to talk to each other over relatively long ranges, even underwater. That way we don't have to use hand signals and whatnot.
Now,
As
is there a
fun as
toggle for this by any chance? Sometimes you need to cuss someone out and you don't want them to hear you.
Oh, I didn't think that far. I'll add that whenever you come back from this dive. But for now, they are just open.
Damn, no Dr. Evil scene.
Now, let's get you into the water. Shall we?
Aye, aye, Captain. Dive Master.
So, as you all kind of make your way, following Denzin, you make your way towards Bay 1, and there is Senjar, also in a a suit. And Sam, can you send me your Denjar art, por favor?
Yeah, no worries.
Thank.
My 2 seconds of Bing image create art.
That lizard art is from Bing? What the hell?
Yeah.
Sometimes Bing does lizards right. Sometimes it does not.
Very occasionally.
And Verdant is gonna get this one for right now, unless Nin sent me another one.
You can just use the one in the intro.
Yeah,
Chat.
that's what I was going to use. And then
Crap, did I ever put one in the intro for Honey? Doesn't look like I
yeah,
did.
I got yours.
Okay, cool.
My incredible forethought meant that we have a repository.
Oh, should I send you the perfectly square one?
That would be quite useful to have on hand, yes.
I thought it was off by a couple pixels.
Well, nothing's perfect, and the sooner you accept that, the happier your life will be.
It's Hell, you might need to, or Nikki, you might need to resend me your thing, because the first one you have in the Discord is a web file.
Weird.
Yeah. Let me just
Okay, what the hell kind of file is that? Give me a sec. Didn't realize whenever I saved there was some weird format.
Oh wait, hang on. Never mind, it'll work.
Okay, cool.
We're good. Let's see. Your border tint is going to be kind of a reddish color, because that makes sense for you. Down there. Verdance is going to be a greenish. Why? Because that makes sense.
Yippee!
I want a green.
I'm sorry. Maybe don't be so angry all the time, and you would have gotten not green, not red.
She's not angry. She just doesn't have things to say.
Fair.
Next time you want to be green, just name yourself the color green.
Oh no, you could have like an automaton that is just named after a color. I think that will work.
Yeah, it's surprising. All this technology, no Warforged around.
Not very good in water, I'm sure.
I mean, they don't even need to breathe, but like they do just sink to the bottom, so there's that.
I'm sure you could put like propellers on them.
Are we about to find a Warforged stuffed in a dive suit just walking along the bottom? They didn't. They never figured out how to get him back.
Oh god, that would be horrifying.
Why would they put him in a dive suit? Like you said, he doesn't.
So he
even
didn't
need
get
oxygen.
water in his gears.
Just because you can sink doesn't mean rust isn't a concern, especially in this salty water.
That's fair, but
In this economy? Don't laugh at that. That wasn't good.
That was funny. No, you are funny.
As you all enter the water,
ooh, fish.
Fish.
That does tend to be common underwater.
We might even see a sea sponge.
you I'm working on it.
Welcome to the first session.
I know, right?
We're still ironing out the kinks.
It's not even that. It's just sometimes Roll20 is weird.
That's true.
No, that's
Roll20 is really
valid.
weird.
So sea sponges, like the kind that you use to wash dishes.
No, not particularly. They just...
Hooray!
Just a
Hey.
sponge you see.
Yes! That is exactly what a sea sponge is.
So, you all enter the water, and it's relatively warm. The suit kind of keeps you insulated very well. And you all are sitting kind of surrounded by some of this kelp. And Denzen's kind of stands there floating without, lightly treading, but not a whole awful lot. Well, I suppose we should probably start with the basics, huh? So, moving around is relatively easy. If you want to go forward, go like you're swimming forward for a moment, and the suit will kind of adjust.
I will say, having my movements anticipated and enforced is a very strange experience.
It takes some getting used to, but it's more a slight reactionary than anticipated.
It becomes very freeing after some time. You'll see.
So, I'm going to go a few meters behind me, and I want you all to move towards me. So guess what, folks? It's time to roll some dice.
Hey, John.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, it only just now showed any of the characters move, so when you tab out, it stops showing any movement on our end.
Oh, I just moved him. That's why.
No, I meant me and Nikki had both moved our little
Oh,
pieces.
interesting. Interesting. So, I would like each of you to please make me a move roll. Now, the way that you're going to do this is you are going to gather the number of dice in your agility and your move.
You mean mobility?
Yeah, that's it. Whatever. The one where, yeah. So you start in the center, and you gather up a number of d6s equal to that number. And then whatever attribute I'm asking about, be it move, shoot, close combat,
And then we
command.
roll that.
And you will roll your central attribute plus the total of the outside group. So if you had like a 4 in strength and a 3 in heavy machinery, and you were rolling to like pry open a steel door, you would roll 7 die in total, plus any stress that you have.
So yeah, I've got 4 in agility, 1 in mobility, so that'd be 5d6.
There you go.
And I got a 21.
And
So
we're
what you're
doing
looking for is
is
only sixes. Sixes
Yep.
are a success. Anything that isn't a 6 is not a success.
So
Yep.
you got no successes,
I
and I got
got
1.
4 5s.
Yeah.
Verdant
Welcome
and
to
Honey are
aliens.
going nowhere fast.
Yeah, it takes Verdant and Honey a little bit, and you watch as the old man just cruises.
He's used to mobility aids.
We get 1.
I'm using
We're chilling. One thing that is worth noting is that if we're all rolling the same stat and you get like 4 successes, you can hand off an additional success
Yep.
to other people.
Yep, as long as you are within the same scenario as somebody
So
else.
what-
Unfortunately, no one got more than 1 6.
So what about the fact that there's a couple 1s? Does that matter?
Not
No.
right now.
Okay.
That will come into play when we start adding stress, which is a very fun time.
Well, Honey's pretty fucking stressed right now, cussing out her suit as she tries. Maybe does a front flip or two because she's trying to like run on the seabed.
Slow down, hold on. It might be light moving on the surface, but it's far from it. Try again, and the two of you who failed can make another mobility roll.
Senja, do you
Come
think you could
on!
do, or not? Yeah, Senja, do you think you could do like a little help? Like just a little push.
Well, I could, but it would not help you learn.
I've heard putting one foot in front of the other helps.
Oh, you're a funny man, aren't you?
Absolutely astoundingly hilarious.
Oh shit! Open line. Fuck.
Oh dear.
Just as well that Twitch doesn't have language guidelines.
Yeah. Yeah. Now,
I think maybe the suit is just too tight, and I just can't get the movement. You know?
it does take some getting used to. How about we try something a little closer range, and he will shift forward. Now, the way that moving works in the Alien RPG is as long as you're within short range, or in the case of these squares, because normally it's just zones, within the squares, anything within, I would say, a 7x7, 6x6 space, depending on the terrain, would be considered short range. And so you can move freely within those 6x6 squares. When you go beyond that, that is a move action, and it is a little bit different. But we can talk more about that when things go south.
So we have movement of like 3 squares.
It's a 6x6, so you have movement of like a yes amount of squares.
As long as you don't leave the zone, you don't need to make a check.
Correct. Well, it's not even a check. It is a. I was doing checks. Because
An
I thought
action.
It would be funny. Yeah. An act. If you go beyond a. Yeah. So pretty much, you go beyond 30 feet of movement, and you use an action to go beyond 30 feet of movement. That's in essence what it is.
So you've got to roll for a dash, essentially.
Not even roll for a dash. It just takes an action to do so. Mobility is mostly used for like stealth and or like scaling things. That's when it comes into contact. I just wanted to give you some fun RP time. But for moving within that free space, you don't have even going vertically up and down within the depth of the water. You don't need to make checks as long as you're not going beyond that 30 feet.
To put it another way, generally you will not need to make a roll to move unless there are extraneous circumstances.
Yeah.
Otherwise, moving a large distance will just take a long action and not a roll. The
There you
rolling is in this instance purely for the sake of role-playing, learning the ropes.
Yep.
Yes.
It should be easier to hit WASD.
Yeah, pretty much. So,
All right.
let's try that. Try coming to me now. Slow, clear movements. Start with your hands and then kick with your feet. Try that first.
So are we able to just move?
You are
or
now
do we
able
have to roll
you,
again?
No, you are able to just move now.
Okay. I wanted to make sure
Nope.
I think
before
it
I
would be
just
way
moved
funnier
him.
to keep making an roll.
You
I
know,
was about to say, since
I only
I've
have
rolled
a
10
2.
dice, how have I not gotten a single 6? Like, I kind of want to keep going till Honey succeeds.
Look, sometimes just biff it in Warhammer. It happens.
that's fair. So, now, it's the same for going up and for going down. Think and just do. Then you watch as he kind of licks his hands downwards and he ascends to the point where you will need to make a mobility roll now because now it is funny.
I'm so good at
Oh,
video games.
Well, you have 2 successes. Would you like to pass one of those off, or do you want to show off a little bit?
You should be really
Okay.
nice and give me a success because I only have
give
2
one,
dice to roll.
I give one of them to Verdant.
Okay.
Yes.
So, describe how you help them.
Commander Plum initially is able to do it right away, but seeing Verdant struggle a little bit, he swims his way down,
Kind of like stands them up straight, puts their knee in their back to get them to stand even straighter. Says just feel the momentum of going up and then do.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Honey's still just flailing, getting more and more pissed off with every movement.
Senjar's just gonna swim up, swim up and just go, where is Eckhart finding these people?
Not by the ocean.
No, clearly not.
The old folks' home.
And Denzin will begin to descend a little bit to the point where Heli should be able to move without making a move roll. Or not Heli, sorry. I keep listen. It's a day where Honey can just move without making a move roll, unless you want to keep trying.
Oh no, I want to keep trying till I succeed. There we go.
Hey!
Hooray!
That's an excellent start. You'll definitely survive more than 3 sessions.
Yeah!
Well, this is why I gave her
Yeah!
the biggest gun. Freaking 20 rolls and 1 6. This is why I don't play orcs.
All right. I think I'm getting the hang of this with a little help.
Good.
Yeah. By this
Good.
point, he would definitely be noticing his oversight about not being able to mute as the stream of expletives just keep escaping Honey.
I would ask you to watch your language, but you seem to be viewing it just fine.
You just keep on going with these jokes.
I'm a punny man!
That you are.
So damn lucky I don't have a gun.
I can't believe they talked me into this again.
I mean, worst case, you get to go swimming.
I suppose that's fair.
So, are we so am I able to just like sink? I don't have to swim. I can just like sink, right?
Yes, of course. You could just go to the bottom if you wanted to. Though in certain places I would highly recommend you don't do that.
Well, I'm sure if the water is deep enough.
It's when the water gets too deep that it causes problems.
That is fair. The pressure changing and all, that makes sense.
Yes, and these suits do have a crash depth. And when you hit it, you will know. Because it will be the last thing you ever do. So keep that in mind.
It's a very ominous way of saying don't go too deep.
But would you know?
Now, follow me then, and I will take you to where we will begin the basic maneuver.
Aye aye, dive master.
And he kind of thinks for a second. You might want some of your extra gear just to get used to carrying it all. So why don't we'll head back, we'll get all of your gear, and then we will go to where I want to show you. Yes?
I suppose.
Good. Because getting used to all of your gear on in the water is very important. So, follow me. And he will lead you back towards Point Gorg. Where there in your dive lockers are your selected pieces of equipment.
Ah, my old service revolver, I miss this thing.
I hope you don't mind, but we gave you some different ammunition to be using within it. Designed specifically for it, of course, but functional underwater.
Jolly good.
I suppose these sending stones won't be doing me too much good when we already have communications.
But it is there is a point where we can get out of range within the inter helmet, or perhaps one may become compromised, and it may be useful.
That is fair.
As for you, we've looked at your record. We've given you a weapon that is capable of working underwater to your specifications. He's kind of looking at Honey as he gestures towards a harpoon gun that sits on a desk, or on a bench in front of their locker.
And her face would actually light up. The angry soldier routine would immediately fade as she looks like a kid in a candy store.
Good. Now, we can get back into the water and we can begin again, because it will be a little different. But I do want to show you a nearby reef, and some of the, get you used to going up and down and understanding ranges underwater, and how far your weapons can reach out. And you will once again set back out into the water and head for almost going not into the open ocean off of the drop off, but kind of following this rocky outcropping. You probably go on for about 10 minutes of assisted swimming. It's not exerting work, but it's definitely, you can understand that without the suits, it would be a pain to get there without a vehicle of some kind. But as you come over this final rocky crest, there is a valley, and in that valley, it is teeming with aquatic life. Various pieces of coral, small bunches of it all over the place, kelps, seaweeds, of blues, greens, reds. There are fish everywhere that are vibrantly colored, swimming in and out of rocks and various cracks and crevices within these small batches of reef. And I would like you all to kind of place yourselves at the southwestern corner. There we are. Now, that center strip is about 10 meters below us. The bright spot over there, and he'll point to this general vicinity here. That is about 15 meters above us. We are on the midsection of this particular stretch of the reef. So, let's get used to maneuvering with our gear, shall we? And possibly even using it. And he will maneuver over to this rock here. I hate to do this. And he sets up a sort of target on the top of the rock before swimming back. I want you to fire a weapon that you may have at that target.
All right. Commander Plum takes the opportunity to go first and fires.
Okay, go ahead and make a ranged attack.
Miss entirely.
So you pull out your revolver and you, and the round kind of and strikes the rock. Now,
Oh wait,
you
to
can
confirm. Oh, sorry. I have 3 in agility, 1 in ranged combat, and a +1 bonus. Should I be rolling an additional d6?
correct.
Yes.
The +1 bonus will yes.
Doesn't change anything.
Okay. For certain ranges, I will say, it will decrease your effectiveness. So short range, there is no effect. Medium range, so anything outside of 6 squares from you, will detract 1. Anything beyond 12 squares is long range. Long range is a -2. Anything beyond that is extreme range. And there is a -2 penalty. -3? -2. Medium is -1. Long is -3 penalty to that. There are actions that you can take in order to circumvent that. For example, you can take the aim action, which is a short action. So on your turn, you will get a short and a long action. Those are in the player's handbook as well, if you ever needed a refresher on them. But so you can add 2 dice to your pool with the aim action. Then fire with your weapon, so it'll do whatever range you're at, will subtract from it, and then that will be your roll. If you do not succeed on your first roll, you can do what is called pushing it. Pushing a roll will incur 1 stress, and you can re-roll non-successes with an added stress die. That stress die is where the fun things happen. Now, in a non-stressful situation, you cannot push a roll. You cannot induce stress in yourself when there's no reason to be stressed. It's part of the core mechanic of the game. But when you are in a place that is deemed unsafe, you can push as many rolls as you like. However, you can only do so once. So if you fumble a roll and you want to push it to try to save it, and you still fumble the roll, you fumble the roll. That's just what happens. So, Professor Plum steps up, fires at the target, and misses. A little different
It's
than
been
the
a
water,
long
isn't it?
Most likely, I suppose. It's also been a long time since I fired my old friend here. I'll get better with practice.
Honey, why don't you take a shot, please?
With pleasure. Okay, so this is 14 squares. So was that medium or long?
Medium range.
Okay. And then real quick, the range is on weapons. Is that just they can fire within that range?
That is your maximum range, correct.
Okay, so medium would be -1.
Yep.
So 4 + 2, 6, +3 for the smart gun, -1, so 8.
That's a lot of hits. So you level this harpoon gun, and you're expecting like a single shot and then a need to reload, but it appears that this thing is designed to be belt fed. And as you pull the trigger, a series of gas, as the harpoon kind of launches, it has this sort of, and you send a slew of harpoons in the direction of this target, and 3 of them find contact.
Cue the maniacal laughter.
Well done!
Impressive. Very, very impressive. Verdant, Do you not
Huh? Yeah.
have a weapon of sorts?
Uh, no, I'm a medic. I imagine Verdant is like floating by these rocks, trying to peer underneath them at the fish.
Oh, well, we may have to give you something, just in case things tend not to care about what you are. Or...
I got some. I have a scalpel, but that is about it. And I don't think it would be very useful.
I, I don't think so either.
I mean, if you want to give me a gun, I'll take it, but I cannot uh promise I know how to use it.
That is understandable, but we can work on that over time too. I do want
Yes,
to
it's very
stay use your strengths as it were.
yes.
So, um, I could allow you to continue to fire at the target there, if you would like, and just continue to get used to these new pieces of equipment that you have, testing it at various ranges, um, perhaps maneuvering and shooting and
Reloading it underwater?
yes. So, the time is yours for now, friend. I will be awaiting should you need something.
How many bullets do you guys even have? I mean, the harpoon gun, I know you just get your harpoons back, but like, the other one is just a gun.
So,
I have a small pack of ammunition, I assume.
yes. So the way that ammunition works in Alien is there's two ways. There's one where you actually keep track of bullets and count them, which can be a hassle, especially when you are firing a lot. So I don't do it that way. The way that I normally do, unless it makes sense with something like the revolver, like you can count the shots in a revolver. So for things like the pistols, you get 6 shots, then you require the reload action. With most other weapons, you can pretty much fire off until you roll a panic with your weapon. Then it would require a reload action at that point, because you'd have to clear a jam, pretty much. That's really it. That's kind of my rule set with it, because keeping track of ammunition on the scale that the Aliens universe will require it is awful, and I don't want anyone to do it. So, unless you're firing a pistol, i.e. Commander Plum, you will get 6 shots, so you are down to 5, meaning you will get 5 more. You get 5 die rolls in order to, or rather 5 turns of shooting, and then you would have to reload the weapon.
Understood. And I'm assuming that's a long action, not a swift
It
action.
is. Yes, there are talents that you can get that can make it a swift action, but for the most part, it is a long action to do.
Cool, thank you.
Honey would most definitely continue.
That is understandable.
But she would do it while maneuvering and such. Are you kidding me?
Dude, I rolled 20d6 in the chat and I didn't get a single 6.
Well, that's what happened to me for the maneuver roll.
So this time, as you kind of try to maneuver, you're still not quite used to it, and you thump off your rounds, and they all miss.
Can Verdant try to catch a fish?
Verdant can try to catch a fish. I will have you make. Unfortunately, you're gonna make a mobility roll to go stealthy.
This is when I roll 2 6s, right? No. Come on, let me do close combat. I actually have numbers in that.
All right, so you can go ahead and do close combat then. As you fail to sneak up on a fish, you could just try to whip out and grab one.
Oh, I rolled the wrong things.
And then in the Discord, I have gone ahead and I've posted a screenshot of the rulebook to show what your slow and fast actions are. Per turn, you get 1 fast action and 1 slow action, or 2 fast actions. And that'll help kind of show what you can do.
I would like to present the fish I've caught to Senjar. Or Denson, whoever wants to see it, really. He's excited. He's just a white boy who caught a fish.
Facts, I guess.
Good enough hand-eye coordination, I suppose.
And with that, he lets it go.
Yeah. So, as you continue to get used to things, I'd like you all to make an observation roll.
Observation.
It's definitely something I could do.
I roll 2 dice and I get a
Damn.
6.
Success!
Okay.
I'm too busy looking at fish.
So, Denton is kind of crossing over, and Honey and Plum, you both kind of notice that he is looking around more. He was having a pretty mellow attitude, and something has ticked him off to something.
Honey would immediately stop her daka-ing, but keep the weapon at the ready. You good?
No.
Do you sense something with your diving powers?
More of power of observation. The fish are moving away.
I mean, holds up gun.
Yeah, well, they moved away from you, yes, but I mean everywhere in the reef. They are moving away.
Shall we make our leave then?
It might not be a bad idea. But I don't know. It's just there's something. Yes, we should probably make our leave.
And with that, and gun at the ready, and observation rolls being made, I think we should leave.
So, go ahead and make another observation roll.
Success?
Okay, 2 success.
failure. Although if you could probably toss me one of those successes.
Having more successes sometimes, like in D&D, will let you see more
Oh,
things
yes,
sometimes, if I
that
recall
will,
correctly.
yes, that reminds me. In the event that you don't feel like sharing successes with people, you get to do something that are called stunts. Stunts are when you succeed and then do other things. Each one of your abilities, your around the outer ring of the circle, has stunts that are connected to it. For every extra success you roll, you get blank. So for example, ranged combat. The more successes you roll, the better the thing is going to die. Because you could disarm it, you can knock it backwards, you can knock them prone, you can do more damage. You can show off if you wanted to. So for observation, this extra stunts, basically you get to ask the DM a question, and you will get an answer. Is it coming for me? Are there more of them close by? How do I get in, past, or away? Or you could hand that success off to someone else.
Are those the only questions
Those
I
are
can
the
ask?
only questions you can ask
Ah, that's so sad.
For observation.
for observation.
Um, I think knowing if there was multiple things coming up would be useful. So, that was one of the questions, I believe.
Are there
Is
more of
there
them
more of
close by?
them?
Yes. Based on, as you kind of look around and you look at the fish and you look at where Denson is sort of flicking around, you get the sensation that they're kind of condensing, almost being pushed in from both the north and from the east. It seems like something is hurting them. So you could make an assumption, based on those observations, that there is at least 2 creatures that are causing the fish to act weird.
Any predators that are known for making bait balls in this area?
Many? Lots. I mean, that is a easy form of hunting, but they could be the dolphins. That could be anything really. Sharks, dolphins. They all like to form bait balls. It makes life easier. Gives you a better chance of
Well-
successful hunt.
Well, that is what they are doing currently.
Okay. Perhaps then it is time for us to leave.
I do not like the idea of being out here with rookies. Not now.
Nor do I. Come then, my friends. And as he begins to
Following.
swim away, there's a very odd sound that comes from the channel, from this canyon. And from behind one of the bait balls. My library. Wait. No, there it is.
Wait for it.
No, you fucker.
Wait for it.
Come here. But bigger. A rather large crustacean creature comes scuttling from underneath the shelf here. And then his friend shows up. So, we are going to enter the next phase of things.
Yay!
Welcome to the tutorial mission, folks. I will need everyone to roll a d10.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about how this might be difficult without being able to hand out cards.
Yeah, it's okay. I've got it. Wow. I'm shocked. So, the way that in Alien RPG initiative works is that I would usually have a deck of cards and I would hand them to you. And pretty much it goes in order of whoever I handed them out to gets priority. So if for example, if Sam was sitting on my left and Nin was on their left, and I handed to Sam first, then Nin, and they both draw the same number, Sam gets to keep that initiative, and Nin will have to draw another card. Players cannot share initiatives at first. Like, you cannot draw the same initiative. But in this particular instance, y'all didn't share initiatives. So, where's my turn order?
Just know you do know that Roll20 has a card thing, right?
Does it? I did not know that.
Yeah, second to last tab. Well, on the basic, it looks like 3 circles. There's a section with that. It's the macro tab. There's a section with
Yeah,
decks and playing cards.
What do you know? Huh. I'll keep that in mind for next time. I'll have to play around with that, but for right now, we will just do this. Add turn.
Yep, just thought y'all know.
Add turn. Add turn. Add turn. What? 4, and Denzin gets a turn, and then my Krabby Boys get a turn. So, Money got a 1. Lights are up here. Those are D20s. Forgot which system I was playing there for a second.
Well done.
And oop. Now, players and enemies can share a initiative. But okay, so Bunny, you're up first.
Alrighty, well, seeing the 1 over by our guide. I'm just checking range here. So I can move up to 6 squares without needing to make a roll, so there's my movement. Now, movement is a short action, right?
Correct. It's actually a free action. Moving around within that 6x6 square is free. You can just do it.
Okay, then I will aim.
Okay.
And what does the aim add? You
It
said
adds
before.
2 dice to your total pool.
Alrighty, so let's see what I can do with 11 dice.
But make sure you subtract from range as well.
I moved this far, so I'd be within the short range, because it's up
Wonderful.
to 12, correct?
Yep.
Yep, so I'm within short range.
So wait, you can move and aim at the same turn?
Yes.
That's really handy.
Yes. Now, if
So I got
something...
2
So when you...
successes.
Yeah, and that's like with Overwatch too. Overwatch is a fun mechanic where you pretty much watch a hallway, and if something comes into it, you immediately obliterate it. As long as you do not move or take damage or get knocked about by anything, you can remain in Overwatch for eternity if you wanted to. It's very fun. So, you have 2 hits.
Yeah, so I will use the... I will do a stunt to push him back to buy a little extra breathing room for our guide there.
Okay. So you're gonna knock back one of the crabs.
Yeah, the closest one here.
All right. Now he gets to. Now your weapon is armor piercing.
Yes.
So. These are not. Okay. The weapon, the damage of your weapon is what, my friend?
3.
3. Okay.
Now, I should ask, with that stunt, if I were to do the damage again, would it just be +1, or would it be plus the weapon's damage?
For what? The stunt for
If
which stunt
you
did you
inflict
take?
1 more point of damage, so it'd just be 4 damage instead of 3.
Right.
Okay, so yeah, then I'll definitely try to push it back.
Okay. Okay. And you will do that because it's did not make any armor saves. So, Sinjar.
I think that Senjar will.
John, you can hit the sort
Simply
button.
move up to here, and he is going to hold a melee action.
Okay. So you're gonna enter Overwatch for stabbing.
Yeah. He's gonna draw a long, thin diving knife and have it at the ready.
Yeah. What's up, Troy?
You can sort by lowest to highest or highest to lowest on the turn order.
I do. I have it set up so it's high. It's lowest to highest.
Yeah, he's cycling it through as
I
we
am
go.
cycling it through. So
Oh, I
yes.
see. My brain didn't get that.
And he's going to go.
Yeah, all sorts of neat features like that on Roll20.
He's going to come right up here. And he's going to try to call out, "We should leave!" And that's going to be it. He has no ranged weapons. Plum, you're up.
So I can move. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then as a free action, I'm going to use my command roll to, I believe, give orders, which is the buff thing.
Yep.
And I'm going to give orders to our lizard folk friend and buff up his next melee attack. That is something I can do, right?
Yep.
You can tell me to stab harder.
Yeah. And you will roll a number of d6 equal to your thingamabob, your total. And then any successes that you roll in that.
Wow.
Well, what happens if I get 0 successes?
You can push the
choose to push it.
roll, which means you get re-roll all of your not successes, but you will incur 1 point of stress. So you will roll all of your pool again and roll an additional d6.
And what does stress do?
Stress adds to your dice pool, but if you roll a 1, the possibility of bad things happening to you increases.
I'm kind of tempted to do it just because of the
you
mechanic.
can.
Right.
Hey, you have plenty of spare stress. You're good.
You're
Yeah.
Now, is
Well,
it a 1 on any dice or just the stress die?
It is
Only the stress die.
stress die.
So I see one of them is Stop Panic, or at least that's another ability I have. What's that do?
So if someone stresses out above, I believe it's a 7, they enter what is called a panic state. And a panic state is never good for anybody. Ever. Panicking is bad. So if you roll a 1 on a stress, you will re-roll that d6. If you go above a 7, you enter a panic. Panic can be anything like a nervous twitch develops and you like -2 to your agility rolls, to you can go catatonic. Like you can just sit there and stare into the void and watch as the void stares back with a million eyeballs.
But with this roll, I could like circumvent that for myself or another person, or just another person.
Another person. Yeah, someone else has to break you out of your own panic. They can do so with physical violence if that's what it takes. Like they can just slap the bejesus out of you and be like, "Get it together, man," and that'll work.
Well, I kind of like the character moment of my guy getting stressed on literally the first encounter, so fuck it. So re-rolling all of them. Are you fucking kidding
And
me?
then re-roll me.
Are you fucking kidding me?
So
We're
now,
learning mechanics here, boys.
hooray! Now
Mechanics!
go ahead and roll me that d6 one more time. What'd you roll?
2.
Okay, you'll be fine. Because you will add so whenever you roll a panic like that, you take the number of stress points that you have, which right now for you is 1, and you add it to whatever you just rolled. And then that will give you your panic score.
Okay, cool. Well, I feel like this was a very good opportunity to learn new mechanics. I definitely just didn't roll badly.
No, 100%. You did not roll terrible.
So that's... Oh, wait, no. I can fire my gun as a slow action. So I am, I believe, further than 30 feet. Yeah, I'm further than 30. So I get a minus how much?
-1.
Well, can't do that either. I am completely useless.
I mean, you can push that. Oh, roll your stress die. Because your stress point, okay, you did.
No, do I roll it for every action
Every-
after the
with
first?
everything now.
You will permanently add. Hey, there's a success.
Success.
So you hit the crab.
Oh,
Yeah,
so the stress die is a
basically,
good thing too.
Yes.
Yeah, so as your stress goes up, it's basically the pressure for you to perform, right? So either you're basically becoming more and more desperate and being more and more interested in doing it right, but you're also at higher and higher risk of losing
Doing it wrong. Yes.
So, and the only way I can lower my stress is outside of the game or outside of the session.
No.
You can touch.
No.
You can take a second and engage with your signature item as a way of reducing stress. And there's also talents that let you do it.
Yes.
Oh,
Or your
okay.
medic can stab you with a wonderful drug that takes all of your stress away all in one go.
Hi.
Oh my god. Alright.
Yeah, it's a wonderful time.
Well, I'm not going to push it anymore, but that is a hit, and it's AP -1, I think.
Is it AP? Well,
Yeah, it's AP.
does it have the armor
It's just
piercing?
armor piercing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's AP. And
Yes.
damage 1.
Okay.
That's some Warhammer brain rot right there.
Yup.
Shush.
And you
That
shot at the
was
crab
a
in front of
Warhammer.
Denson, right?
Yes.
Okay. It's just the first.
So it's almost weirdly beneficial to have a stress die to like maintain at the lowest level, but still have that weird chance.
There are even times where it's beneficial to have high stress. So,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
if you have
Overkill.
like a gunner character, yeah, if you roll stress, panic, and roll, is it an 11? It's really high stress, like right below going catatonic. You completely go bonkers and keep shooting at that target until it is dead.
Either it
It's
dies
not
or
just
you
that
do.
Target. It's
Yeah.
actually every target. I have that.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah,
really
no,
cool
it's-
system. I
yeah,
like
it's
that.
it's bonkers. If you manage to pull it off at the right time, like, it's incredible.
R.I.P.
I,
Brian.
I have a professor who is literally a doctor of spooky literature, and this is his favorite system. And I can
Yeah.
see why now.
It's a very fun system. All right, Verdant, you're up.
Oh, did I even do any damage to it, or did it make the
Oh yeah,
save?
no, yeah. So you watch this, like, your round finds like a soft part, and it kind of recoils, but you're firing a pistol at a rather large crab.
Cool. I'll take it.
Well, considering I don't have a weapon, uh, there's not much I can do. Mostly because, like, I don't think I can manipulate a crab.
If you have command, you can do the same buff
You
I
can
did,
still,
just
yes, you
slower.
can still command. You just, it's not as fun.
Do I have to have a skill point in command to
No,
use
you do
command?
not. Nope.
No.
Nope. That's something
Huggers!
else. Any skill available to you on the table is something you can do. It's just it might not be your forte, and that's okay.
Fair.
Because at the end of the day, you can train yourself to have it be your forte using 5 experience points, if you successfully do it yourself.
Fair enough. And I also really doubt anyone wants to swap initiatives with me. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So I'll move up here.
I don't know if we should be moving up.
You definitely
We should
should
not
where,
be.
so where
retreating.
is the, is there no specific point for us to, like, rise from?
Pretty much.
Do we have to go back to this corner?
Yeah, pretty much
Is there
back to that
anywhere?
corner would be like your escape
Okay.
point.
Cool. I'm just gonna yell at Honey then. And I'm gonna be like, "You got this, Honey! Look at you go! You got so many bullets!"
Leave.
Close circuit comms. You don't need to yell.
I'm yelling at you.
No successes.
You've got this! Don't even worry about it! You're keeping
wanna push
everyone
it?
super safe!
Do you want to push it?
Yeah, do you wanna push it?
Sure!
Yay! My favorite!
So it's 5d6 and then
1d6.
1d6.
Wow, the dice bot hates you as much as it hates me.
Yeah. And I go back to my little corner, and I'm just like, "You got this! Don't even worry about it!
You got it! Wow!
A crab can't kill you, just don't let it pinch you! Aim for the arms!"
He's gonna move action because he wants food. But that's his turn. So, Honey!
Shit, I'm currently at an impasse. Do I fall back or do I stay here to try to hold the line so everybody else can?
Fall back.
From what I know, you do not want to engage in melee with these things.
I figured not, but I'm talking in character here. So
Why
what I'll
not
do
do
is
both?
I won't fall back the full amount. I'll get a little height. So like I move back 4 and I'm going up 2. And then I'm gonna do the same second burst, same as the first. Unload on that one. Aim and then shoot. Are you shitting me?
That is horrendous.
11d6, and not a single one. Or a single 6.
Alright, I
You
guess I'll
should
take
push
some
it.
stress
You
too.
should push it.
Did you roll your stress along with that?
I don't think Honey was stressed before that.
I'm
No,
about
there was
to.
no stress.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, that's 3 successes.
And you don't panic,
And
so...
not a panic.
So, what would you like to do with your extra 2 successes?
You should knock it prone, which might not even work on a crowd.
I was about to say, one to knock it prone, the other to pin it.
Okay.
Make it make a panic roll.
Well, I will full disclosure here. Your first round will kill it.
Oh, okay.
Unless I make saves, which I can do, actually, now that I think about it. I'm gonna shut my mouth. So you're gonna put one round to knock it prone, and 1 round to pin it.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then, of course, third one to try to shoot
Hey,
in the face.
it dies. I didn't make an armor save, so your 3 damage will annihilate the crab.
Hell
Hey,
yeah.
hey, look at us. We're working
And
together
Helly
to
will
kill
be yelling for
crabs.
everybody to fall back.
Cool. The other crab is gonna make a sound.
golly, them is crab
that.
sounds. Is what the fuck?
Big ass crab sounds. All right,
Having a stroke over here.
send job.
Okay. I am going to swim past Captain Plum, encourage him thoroughly to move this direction with me, and then continue to move past.
No need to tell me twice. I thought you were going to engage in glorious melee.
In fact, no, I was preparing for it, but I'm not. You know, I'm gonna move up here. Here. In addition to this, I am going to again prepare an Overwatch melee action and fast action encourage Mr. Plum here, which is going to be great because I have 2 whole d6s.
Hey, you got one.
I am so good. So you have +1 bonus.
Next time,
Do with that as you will. Please leave. I don't want to clean up your corpse.
Not on the first
No,
day.
you don't need to.
I'm about to say
You
the
don't
crab
need
will
to
clean it
clean
up
it
for you. What do you mean? This is an ecosystem.
Yeah, fair enough.
Whale fall. Anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He'll come there. Plum, it's your go.
All right. I will also move right the hell back. And who do you think should get the buff, Honey or Lizard Man?
Well, who's actually dealt damage?
Fair enough. Honey, you're gonna get a buff.
Who's actually dealt damage?
Wow, look at that! 2 whole successes. You get 2 extra dice.
Did you add your extra dice that Sam gave you for encouragement, or are you just gonna let that one go
Also
to waste?
stress.
Also stress.
Well, no, I'm also gonna fire my gun, so I was gonna use.
I
extra
see.
dice for
Okay.
that.
Okay. So yes, roll your stress die. Okay,
Stress
you're
is
fine.
fine. Then I'm going to fire my wizard gun move.
I can't gun.
Hey, 2 hits and stress doesn't fail.
Yeah. All right. What do you want to do with that extra hit?
Gonna knock it prone.
Okay.
Or what's the difference between knocking prone and pinning?
Pinning it involves it taking a. It has to make a panic roll because it does not like getting shot at. But you can also like do more damage if you wanted to.
I'll take the do more damage option, TBH.
All right. Okay. So you watch as your bullet, like, you aim for something vital, and it seems that the thing managed to shift most of the armor panel in the way, but not enough that it didn't deflect. But it definitely wasn't as effective as you probably would have hoped.
Well, Honey, you've got this. You've got buffs.
It's Jimmy's turn.
Who?
Sorry.
Wrong campaign.
Jesus Christ. I'm in all kinds of wrong campaigns. Verdant, your go. Sorry, your image for me on OBS is labeled as Dimmy for some reason, so I looked up and that's what I saw.
Skill issue.
You got this, Ellie.
Also wrong campaign.
Honey.
Hey, that's 3 whole extra dice.
And then Verdant swims up.
That's fair. No. What just happened? What just happened to my TV? My TV died. Anyway, continuing on.
John is all over these technical problems.
I know, right? Anyway, well, my monitor's still on, so that's the important bit. It really didn't like that. Boop, 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 boop. Oh. And my TV's
And
back
I am
on.
2 up.
Cool. And the crab is gonna do a pinchy pinch. And so the way that
damn, why didn't it go for me?
I don't know. Because he
Yeah,
didn't like the
we're
fact
kinda
that
hoping
there
for
were
that.
things happening that were involving.
I shot it. You'd think it'd come after me.
Yeah, I'm not the one
Well,
that heard it.
Yeah, but it watched you hurt its friend. It might not be. Actually, facts. You're right. You're right. It is kind of stupid.
Let me hit him! Let me hit him!
Let the boy.
Sendar really wants, or
All right,
he
Sendar,
just
I'll let
really
you hit
wants
him.
that
Yeah!
melee.
I'll
I'm
let you.
gonna
Yes!
I'm gonna use a fast action to block.
Take notes, kids.
Facts.
Bullying the dungeon master does work.
Only sometimes.
I just can't cast shield with this character, so I don't want to get hit.
Did I have any?
Oh damn!
Did I have any bonuses?
No, not from any of
Okay.
us.
I'm good.
Damn, how many dice did you just roll?
13.
Good God. So, what would you like to do with your two
I
extra
min-maxed.
successes?
I min-maxed close combat on a rough
Yeah,
deck.
a little bit. Yeah. What would you like to do with your two extra successes in close combat? By the
Okay,
way,
so
your stunts
um,
for that are.
I got him. I
That's
got
fair.
him.
That's what I say. You have that.
I'm going to use decreased damage on 2, and
Okay.
then 1 damage of counterattack.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, sorry, that's 2 damage of counterattack. I cannot. It says I cannot spend additional successes to increase the damage.
Right. And so you're using 1 success to block. I'm assuming, right?
No, I'm using 2 successes to block.
Ah, okay, cool.
So it
And-
reduces the damage by 2 if they are left if they are left with 0 successes. The attack misses.
Yeah, the attack misses.
L.
Armor save. Oh, he saves it. Let's go. I love this game. All right, honey, you're up.
Oh, so you just countered its attack on you?
Yep.
Yeah, I am built different.
You're built scary!
That is why a card keeps me around.
Alright, honey, your bonus is an additional 3 whole d6.
That is fair.
Kick
It
its
is-
ass.
It is a lot of extra d6.
My d6. Oh, that's nice.
Solid.
Damn
was
it!
doing
I
better
forgot
with
my.
the test.
I forgot push to talk.
I was about to say, can't hear you if you're trying to speak words.
So if I were to push, it would just re-roll all the fails, correct?
Yes.
But then I'd have 2 stress dice.
Correct.
Yes.
Fuck it, it's getting too close to everybody else. I'm pushing that.
That's fair. That is an option to you.
That's fine. I totally got this.
It seems like pushing it, while still very helpful.
Ooh!
Oh my god!
Oh dear.
Roll another d6.
Just
Yeah,
one, or do I roll
Just
2?
one. Nope, just one.
Just one. This is like a morale check in 40k.
Uh huh. Oh, you're fine. Boo! I hate it here. Anyway,
It's gonna be
so
really funny when the first high value stress roll is immediately gonna send someone catatonic.
Oh no.
so
I'm not sure if it's important,
you
but,
smacked
this-
the devil out of that thing. You have 4 successes. What would you like to do with those 3 extra successes?
2 of them will go into damage, 1 will go into knocking it prone.
All right, let's see. Can it live? Yeah. All right.
So it is still standing.
It doesn't want to be, but it's still there.
Excellent.
As Honey just... You watch as harpoons just puncture almost right through the hard shell of the crab, and it lets out its gurgle noise again. I'm never gonna get tired of it. As it rears back and does not like the fact that it just got shot by several things.
And then she'll swim over.
Alright.
I am going to go for a good old stab right under the top plate between the eyes. That's one success. I am going to push it. That's 2 successes.
Dang.
Oh wait, no, hang on. Roll 1d6. Okay. Senjar has true grit. I could double push. Is that a good idea? No. Am I going to do it anyway? Absolutely.
It'd be really funny.
For 3, count 'em, 3 whole successes.
And no fails on the
Stress.
Alright, so what are you
stress.
doing? What are you doing with your extra successes?
Damage and damage for a total of 4.
Okay, alright. Well, it only rolled 1 on its block, so let's see what happens
Sucks to suck.
with the armor save. No! Alright, so you watch as Senjar swims up, and the crab there tries to snap at him and get him not to stab him in the face, but Senjar is deft and quick and maneuvers through, driving the blade home right between the eyes, and it lets out one more gurgle before it perishes.
Now, seeing as that we have overstayed our leave, let us leave now.
Absolutely agree.
No, and
I think we
especially
should take that
because
one along for dinner.
Welcome.
there's a lot of blood in the water now. We both know what happens when blood hits the water. Come now, my friends. We shall return.
I believe we're owed that bottle of wine now.
Successful mission.
Do you think we should take that body for dinner?
I would not recommend dragging it. You would not like the razorback sharks. They are terrible things.
Sadly, we will have to leave it.
Also, they're quite the scavengers, I hear. Not very great if they eat the wrong things.
Yeah. So, you all swim once again that 10 minutes back to your Point Gorgon. And you enter Bay 1 from the water. Oh, we still had 20 minutes of oxygen to spare. Good work. Good work.
20 minutes. I feel like 20 minutes is cutting it close still.
We're only 10 minutes away. I would have gotten worried if we were at, 9 minutes. But, yeah, I think we did well. And not bad for your
Perhaps
first
there's hope for
combat.
this team of ragamuffins, after all.
Yeah. Yes, but, hopefully we don't have anything like that happen anytime soon. Though I think you handled yourselves well. I think the depths are going to be... Well, you might fit right in. Hopefully. But once again, welcome to the Leviathan Initiative.
Is that when the title card drops and it fades to black?
Possibly, yeah.
Play theme song.
I don't have one. I should do that. I should commission my friend to make us a theme song. Be like, yo, babe, I need you to make me aquarium playlists, please. like that stuff you listen to when you're staring at the aquarium and kind of high. Yeah, I need that.
I need you to invent the genre aquarium jazz.
What if
Aquarium core.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie. I wrote the rules and like the added things and all of the. I made the map to this while listening to an aquarium playlist on Spotify.
I love that.
Sorry, why does that exist?
Because aquarium music is the best. It's like that spacey, like piano, like long tone, whatever. Anyway, Now that we've reached the end of the session, it's my favorite time. I get to ask questions, and you get to
Yay.
answer them.
Yay!
All right, developing your
Alright.
character experience. All right, cool. Hey, did you guys participate in the game session?
Yeah.
No!
Dang! If you didn't participate, congrats. You don't get XP. But if you showed up to my table tonight, you get 1 experience point.
Woo!
Did you risk or sacrifice something to further your personal agenda? Probably not. Did you risk your life for your buddy PC? Probably not. We haven't really established that yet. Did you challenge or stand up to your rival PC? Probably not. We haven't established that yet. Hey, did you
I
make a
cracked
panic
jokes
roll?
at Honey.
That is facts. Did you make
Yeah,
a panic
they're definitely
roll?
rivals. No.
2 of you did.
Some people.
Somebody did. Who made a panic roll?
Yeah, I did.
Honey did.
I did.
Alright, so 2 of you get experience points. Hey, did you overcome a dangerous event using violent or non-violent means?
Yes.
Did you make a significant discovery or revelation? Not really.
Are crabs relevant?
No.
I mean, we
Crab's
learned how to
scary.
use the suits.
That is fair. You know what? That is fair. You did learn how to use the suits. Mostly. Did you perform an extraordinary action of some kind?
I don't think
Honey
any of us
shot a
did
lot of
anything notable.
things.
Honey shot
Yeah.
a lot of things.
Senjar shot a lot of, or stabbed a lot of guys.
I shot nothing.
you
I
you
feel
stabbed.
like my
Doing
number of
stabbing from time to
misses.
Is extraordinary. in
extraordinary.
itself.
You know what? That your incapability of swimming was pretty extraordinary.
Facts. And did you earn any money? Not yet. I will work on that. I will work that out as time goes on.
So me and Honey got 4, while I think everyone else got 3.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Also, I like the idea, Honey, that we're rivals, but in just like a joking sense, where I'm still your boss and will crack jokes, but you could rip my head off.
I can kill you where you stand. I won't because you're in charge of me. But so
What if I'm
I
sitting?
could.
over time
You
will
only
gain-
live because I respect the chain of command.
Hey, all I'm gonna say is that sometimes doesn't stop people. But I will say that experience has a fun way of being spent. Every 5 points you get, you can either increase a skill point of your choosing, and as long as you can provide the DMs a reasonable explanation as what your character does for 8 hours to learn the skill, or you can get a new talent. So if we hit 10 experience points at the end of session 2, you can DM me over in the interim breaks between sessions, and we will go over like, yo, is this an idea? And I'll be like, yeah or no. I think that your idea of teaching yourself command by watching Alex Jones videos or Andrew Tate videos on YouTube for 8
No.
hours is not viable.
I refuse to accept Alex Jones and Andrew Tate canonically exist in the
No, you're right, they
fucking
don't,
Marvel
but it-
universe.
Excuse me, his name is Tate Andrew. He's a
Shut
bard.
Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up,
Alright,
shut up,
moving
shut up,
on.
shut up.
Get outta here.
You're banned.
I don't want to be banned. I didn't do anything. Anyway, so for oh gosh, everything is dead and dying. So for this week though, I think that was very well put together. There's gonna be some fun mechanics that will come up as the campaign goes on because that's just how life be. But yeah, that's kind of where we sit for right now. So I hope y'all enjoyed the opening sessions, and I will see you next week.
I think
Good
I speak
session.
for both of us when I say that we very much look forward to tormenting you.
Oh yeah, no,
Oh,
100%.
no.
I'm ready to cause pain.
A fantastic session. Had a good time.
Good.
Yeah, this was a blast. I really like this.
Good. Oh yeah,
system.
no, this whole
It's a really good system.
the system is fantastic.
I wasn't ready
Um,
for Plum to be a sassy pun master, but I'm into it. This
Nah,
is a
you're here
development
for
I
it.
was not expecting.
So,
Just for full disclosure for everyone, we have had to make some modifications to the core rules for it to thematically make sense for
underwater.
being underwater rather than being in
Space.
the air or in space. So if there are some inconsistencies with the rule book that you have been provided, it's just how
To
it's
be
going to
expected.
be.
To be
We'll
expected.
clarify it if it's necessary, and at some point I intend to compile all of those minor modifications and post them in an easy to access format, but I
I was
haven't
about to
gotten to
say,
that yet.
we have a Google Doc where we're like, these are kind of the changes that we're making right now, but we have to go back through and like actually check everything. So,
Okay, that works.
but I will post. I can put out more. I can put out snippets from like all the stunts because there are definitely way more stunts than what I mentioned today. So there's that. But other than that, enjoy your time. See you next week. I don't know I don't know what the next stream is. It's probably going to be just a queue of us or something. But to everyone watching, tune in for that because it's fun. It's a great time out there. But I don't know. Stay weird. Stay wacky. Be gone.
Have a good one, everyone.
What a way to end.
I don't know, man. Just leave me alone. I'll work on my outro. I'll work on my outro later.